Hello, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another Title Tuesday. Give the video a like and subscribe, unless you're like that one guy from last week who got very angry of me saying bad words about Kramnik and unsubscribed in a very rude way. Everyone else, just enjoy, sit back and enjoy. So, first game blues, we have NM Zurzan, who is from Romania, and we're going to get a Dutch in. Quite a low rating for this Title Tuesday competition. Let's remind everyone it is the Title Tuesday, 11 rounds, 3 minutes plus 1 second a move. Magnus Carlsen is playing, some other Muppets. We're going to crush them all and win it in style this week, aren't we? Yeah? Who's got the faith? You got the faith? Oh, you gotta keep the faith. And we're getting a classical Dutch for round one in, which I'm very happy about. I don't know why I spent 18 seconds playing these moves, which I've played probably 20,041 times before. And this I call the Old Faithful. Like a loyal dog, it has served me well. And it's aiming to stop that B pawn going 2 squares forwards. And now this is a very typical idea in the classical Dutch. You aim to get rid of a knight and give this square to the bishop. And I think white nearly should always take this knight personally, but bishop b2 probably gives white an advantage as well. But as maybe you saw last week, I think I had a game against some geezer in this last week. We can often get a pretty comfortable position, and putting the queen on this diagonal doesn't look ideal, because now we're going to be able to get e5 in. There's no way that white will better stop that. Bishop f6 and e5 is coming, and I've had this kind of thing many times before, and my rule in the classical Dutch is that when we get e5 in, we're basically happy. We're laughing. So let's nibble that one. Nibble. And now, bang, there you go. We get e5 in. These two pawns work very well together, and we've got some threats in this position because my opponent has put his pieces in a rather, dare I say it, stupid squares. And now this is the typical, and again, you probably see me play this so many times before. This is a typical idea that I tend to gravitate towards. Often with the idea, just put my pawns on light squares, stopping the f pawn from ever breaking, making the bishop a turnip stuck in the ground the wrong way up without any view of the sky or the beautiful stars at moontime. Nighttime is probably a better description. What's a subscription? Something else. And the other idea is obviously to overwhelm the d4 point. So we give that one a little nibble. I'm loving the word nibble today. And when that knight nibbles away, kaplonk, boom, we munch that one up for dinner. Yum. So a couple of ideas here, but my opponent is moving bloody slow, isn't he? Now, he may well be threatening this one. So let's just give the queen a little shuffle. Either of these squares is generally okay. This one's a bit more positional because we can swing over. And now, with my opponent really playing some pretty good moves, I think I'm going to stop him from having the opportunity of taking this pawn by going for this idea, which I mentioned before, which is this positional concept of making the bishop shite. You know, like any good Russian textbook will say, make the bishop. That's not Russian. Make the bishop shite. That is it. Now we've got to watch out for these pawn breaks, but let's try to start an attack now on the h-file. So my opponent's stepping out the way so he can try to make a pawn break. Now I could bring the knight in there, but if the queen goes there, is that going to help me, or are we? Okay, or are we going to wait for this move? Two kind of. Okay, let's go in. Let's play the most aggressive move, because if he does try to take, okay, if he goes this way, I'm quite happy because now we have this lovely file. And in the other line, if he tried to take here, we still had this idea. And now I'm going to... I don't know. Do I want to try to open up my bishop? Or I like the idea of closing it down. But I might lose this pawn. But I can't see how. The reason I'd like this, because now we've got this like zigzaggy formation. I'm very happy to see that, because now my queen defends this. And it just gives me this very strong hold of the middle. I might lose this pawn, but I can't see how I'm going to lose that. So let's just get on with the attack, and I'm going to pile up on the h file. My opponent clearly trying to get his knight around here, but I can then take on a2, and I will, and this nets me a pawn. He gets a little bit of play on the a file, and my other idea is just to come around this way. Do we do that now? What's his last move intending to do? It's intending to win this one, but he has to move his rook to do that. Where's he going to move his rook? Okay, so do we play very calmly? This is what you've got to do in chess. You've got to foresee your opponent's idea, and this one was a very calm way to defend my extra pawn. And now my bishop can pop out to this square and improve its structure. And now we can go back to putting a little bit of pressure on the h file. Okay, he's trying to swap off. Now, do we take the defender of his king, or do we get rid of this knight and play it a bit more positionally sound? Or do we just take here? Okay, let's take here first, just see what he's going to capture with. Otherwise, he might get mated. And now I will keep it simple. That knight seems like a pretty good piece. I'll keep the rooks on the board. I'm going to keep some pressure up on the clock here. And we're a pawn up. And let's try to just start nibbling some of these weaknesses. Okay, so let's go back to one of our initial plans. Maybe my bishop is good on d6. Because on d6 it points towards his king. Is he trying to trap my rook? I'm going to bring my rook around because we might have opportunities to bring it to the h file. And he's defending pretty well, I have to say. And let's now try and bring it in. I should have taken that last move, but I didn't see it was on pre. And okay. He started to play... Actually, my opponent started to play pretty well there when he had a bad position. But quite a smooth game. Quite a thematic game in the classical Dutch there. And this kind of stuff that I've had multiple times before. And we can have a little... just a little review, maybe, of the game. What do you think that's going to get? I don't want to make sure I miss the start of the next round. But I think that's a pretty smooth game. I'm quite happy with that. But, wow... The accuracy is 70%. Again, chess.com computer, you just have no idea. I mean, that was a pretty smooth game. Obviously, some opportunities were missed, but it was always better for me. And I just don't believe this. Okay, I could have gone knight takes d4. Okay, some things are pretty clear afterwards. I was so intensely set on doing my plan, bishop f6 and e5. I missed quite a basic tactic, which I can now see immediately. Knight takes pawn, queen takes, bishop f6, just swapping around that tactic in another way. But, you know, even though that's probably one of the lowest scores I've got for a while, I'm quite happy with that game. I think it was quite smooth. It felt like I was in control, dictating the pace. It was all alright. So here are the players in this week's TT. Hikaru at the top, Magneto, and Nihal Sarin, Duda, Adriaking, I always forget this guy's name, which is not meant to be insulting, Sarawana, Jeffrey Jean, it's just a who's who, isn't it? Ali Razor there, great player, Hans, one hell of a character, and we like characters in life. Talking of characters, there's Kramnik. Yeah, so I think someone got very annoyed when I said that he's a nut job. They're like, oh no, he's finding all the cheaters online. You know, how dare you call him a nut job, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it's kind of like, one thing I really don't like is like false accusations. You know, I mean, he's calling out a lot of people, basically calling them cheats, even though he's not saying they're cheats. It's very clear that he's calling a lot of people cheats without really any evidence. you know, and he could be ruining those guys' careers. So I don't really agree with that. But I mean, he's still a legend. Don't get me wrong. I've still got the utmost respect for what he's achieved, and also there are a lot of cheaters in chess, and I think it should be tackled in a much more serious way. But I just don't think it should be tackled in a way that you sort of randomly go around accusing people without evidence. Maybe some of these guys you said are cheating, you know, but you got to do it a little bit more, you know, methodically. I feel. So I don't know. That's a topic for talk. Maybe you're on Kramnik's side. Maybe you're not on his side. But I just feel like I feel sorry for like Jos Pem, basically, who I feel is not cheating. I think he's just a very good player. I saw him playing in the tournament in Berlin, a Blitz tournament in Berlin, over the board, and he was incredibly strong over the board. Really, you know, and I just you know, hope he plays Kramnik in a game, right? I hope he gets to play Kramnik in some you know, this thing that they've arranged. Anyway, into round 2, we've got black again because chess.com hates us, and we're playing the Bard. From Russia. Let's play Sicilian, and he's got a very juicy rating for Artem Bardek. He's got, I hate this move. Okay, now I'm going to play this. It's quite a dubious line, and he knows the refutation. But it's a pawn sacrifice line, but it can lead to quite exciting play. And now we're going to get our pawn back, and I'm already out of theory, but kind of looks like this position should be fine for me. What does he take with? Let's give him the question. I don't see why he's got an advantage here. Queen takes looks the most testing, and now can we give up this pawn, or do we play something very solid like this? Let's play something very solid. It's up to him to prove an advantage with white. Bishop c5, queen takes g7. I couldn't see a good follow-up. I don't know if this is right. Maybe my queen shouldn't be on this square. And we'll just continue playing good, solid moves for the time being. Now, again, I'm not entirely sure where my bishop should go. If it went there, knight e4 comes. And it's maybe a little bit easier for white to play this position. Going to try to get a grip over here, but okay, my bishop's a little bit bad, so maybe we have to rely on e5, which he's shut down. So how do we play this structure? Not something I'm very familiar with, this kind of position, so it's something I need to think about a bit. Okay, I'm going to go here, threaten the knight. Don't know if this is right. Okay, let's put the bishop over here. Bad plan. I've got this knight here. This is the thing I'm sort of relying on. This guy. Maybe I should stop him capturing to do that. He's going for my bishop, which... Okay. He can have my bishop because it's a shit piece. I'm quite happy he did that because my bishop was really not very good. People bang on about bishops and, you know, much better than knights, but they're not really that much better, especially in Blitz. And now he is going for this plan. And he may well still be a bit better here because I've got to watch out for this move, haven't I? Okay, let's just defend this one. And yeah, another normal move from my opponent. Now, do I step into the pin? No, because then c4. I've got to keep a handle on that one. I kind of like rook c4 for some reason. But maybe it's just encouraging him to play a good move here. And yeah, I am a bit worse here. That's for sure. And h6 takes. I'm gonna have to take with a pawn here, aren't I? My structure is going to get a little bit dodgy if he now decides to take my knight, which he doesn't need to do. Things are going to come off. And again, what do I want to take with? Maybe this one, so I keep something defending the 7th rank. And my structure is a bit ugly here, I have to admit. Do we try to make the structure better with this move? But I'm getting myself in a horrible pin then. So, yeah, it's a little bit uncomfortable, I have to admit. pawn is weak. I'm trying to get some activity now. Opponent's aiming for this. Okay, so can I then hit... Okay, let's just move the king to a better square. This pawn is a real issue, I have to admit. And I'm hoping I'm trying to get rid of some of my weak pawns, and if he captures, I'm hoping to capture and come in here, of course. Alright, let's get rid of one weak pawn at least. But we're straddled with this one. And he's playing a nice positional game so far. I'm spending too much time on the clock. Okay, we got a square. Quite like that. It's nice to have a square. And how are we going to continue? King G2 looks very normal. Do we actually just step here? Maybe, yeah, maybe we just now turn on the activity button. Okay, so he's going for this, which I didn't actually expect. So I didn't consider this. Here, this check's actually bloody annoying, isn't it? Okay, I think we need to take this, but my queenside pawns are disgusting. Yeah. It seems so strong, his A pawn. So he's played this well. Credit where the credit is due, and he's going to pick this pawn up now. So it's a race scenario, and we just got to rely on our friendly. Oh, Jesus! It's not the end of the world, but this ending is tough now. I wanted to keep my bishop there. I could have done that in a better way. I could have done that certainly in a better way. He's going to have these free connected pass pawns, which is not easy to deal with. And he can come behind as he does. He knows his stuff. And this is very tricky. I'm not sure if it's defendable. Got to try and use my king, my rook, to create some problems against his king. But not really believing it. Okay. All right, we'll grab that one. Here. Here. Last punt. This is a idea, and he's found the right move, of course. Here, take. Okay, so here, here. If he pushes the pawn, I take it with check. Good move. He's got rook here, isn't he? Fuck. Yeah, okay. Bastard. Thought I'd salvage a draw there, but no, we hadn't salvaged a draw at all. Okay, well, there we go. That was tough. He played well. Positional grind. And at the end there, oh, I don't know. It felt like I was... Oh, was I saving this? The computer thinks I'm probably saving this. I just couldn't think of the right solution here. Couldn't think of the right solution. Well, okay, the next move's correct. But it loses. Computer shit, isn't it? It's completely rubbish. Yeah, I'm just lost here. I think he played... I mean, he played well. He played well. I was always under a bit of pressure. Came very close to drawing at the end there. But nothing else. And I was always just a little bit worse. And around about here is where I went wrong. And yeah, I definitely made a mistake now of taking this pawn. Why did I take this pawn? This was very, very stupid. I should have just got on with pushing this one. And then it's like anyone's game, in actual fact. I don't need this pawn. Taking this pawn is just a waste of time. I should push this, and actually that's very winnable. I don't know why I took this pawn. This was a very strange decision. Things seem so simple afterwards, but they're not. And at the end, okay, well, it was losing. There is apparently a last chance to draw here, and King E5 was wrong. Where's the draw then? Can I give my... Oh, maybe I can give my rook up for this. Maybe King E4. This is the kind of endgame you need a bit of time. Because I think the way I can try to draw this is try to give my rook up for these two pawns. And then I can try and use this one. So maybe King E4 to help this pawn go forwards. But then he goes rook here. So maybe actually just rook takes pawns right. So this is where you literally need to... let's have a look at it this way. This is where you okay, the computer thinks it's losing here, but this is not right. So if I take here, let's just check this out. I think I'm far too slow here, and something like this. Let's say he queens, and the problem here, it feels... This is why I wanted to have my king on e4, because I'd save a tempo. And if I try something like that, well, it's not working. Okay, we are playing Margarita. Nice name. And at last we got the white pieces. We couldn't have black again, could we? And Margarita, a woman... Oh dear, didn't mean to click on it. A woman... let's play the Jabava London. Woman FM from... I expect that's Russia, right? So... and I wish I could pronounce that, but I can't. Okay, anyway, let's bang out some moves. We need to get a couple of wins together. After that loss, tough game, that last one. He played pretty well, so we can't be too critical. I want to stop Margarita getting her bishop to this square, so I'm going to cover this one and just develop in a very normal way. Okay, now my knight seems like it wants to come here, right? Like in the normal London system. And we will castle. Why not? Actually, maybe I should have played that more aggressively, keeping the option of castling away. And now I'd love to... Okay, look, I can't resist such a move with ideas of sacrificing. Now, I have a very decent development advantage here, but Margarita is pretty solid. Do we try to therefore break through, or do we play like this? G6 takes. Let's try to open it up a little bit. And we'll come here. And how do I just open myself up to... I don't really want to play this, but this is quite annoying, right? This move. I'm kind of like just falling. Okay, I'm going to have to hold that up. That's not ideal. I don't want to waste tempo here. Okay, now I can play this. I'm just trying to open the position up, but I haven't really done this in a very successful way. Now this move seems... Oh god, I can't resist such a mad... Okay, fuck it. Even if it's bad, we're playing it. I don't care. And the point is... something. This, I guess. Or is it this? Then take the bishop. Do I just calmly come here? What's my point? Anyone see my point? D6. Margarita moves her queen. Let's go D6. And I was thinking bishop here, but then queen F5. Bishop G6 is like... I don't know why I do this to myself. I could just play normal chess, you know? It's quite tempting. Takes, queen takes. Not really working. So I think... Oh, I don't really want to go to an ending. It's a bit shame to play this move. I mean... my opponent certainly doesn't have to play the queen over here. G6 maybe? And it's a wild position we have now. But I feel there is pressure. Now I want to keep this attack alive. So I'm going to go here. Pawn takes... I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. And Margarita does get a lot of pieces for the queen here. But we're just playing like an absolute fucking maniac. Because ain't it fun when you're playing like a psychopath. And now Margarita can probably resign and have a Margarita! Margarita, Margarita, Margarita! Ta 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 ta! Margarita ta ta ta! Now, I fully expect that game was an absolute load of rubbish. Crap. But it was a hell of a lot of fun. That's like when you double. That's when you like split a pair of kings at the blackjack table against the 6. That's what it's about sometimes, isn't it? Let's have a look at the game review. Be nice to me, game review. I know you've hated me so far. Oh, you know, game review didn't think I was a complete wanker. Just a semi wanker. Thank you, game review. You are quite nice. But I was always doing all right. I was always doing all right there. I mean, okay, there's a point here when I'm only a little bit worse. So look, it ain't the end of the world. And I'll tell you what, my graph is a real roller coaster. But look at this. I have to say, after this, didn't I? Look at this. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, that's nearly genius level. Don't like the way chess.com's criticising me. You played better than your opponent in the opening, but it was sloppy. Don't call me sloppy. I'll show you sloppy. You sloppy slopster of sloppiness. But that was fun, right? I mean, it's always fun to sack, yeah? I mean, like, we could have played positionally, boring, but hell no. Hell no, man. We want to play for checkmate. Let's have a look. So, I think if I was going to play this position again, I wouldn't castle here, because I actually want to give myself the opportunity of pushing the G-pawn. And I think, as the computer recommends, well, I like the idea of Queen F3. Queen F3, as I know from my Jabava London course, which you can buy, go to GingerGM.com. I hear it's the best Jabava London course in the world. There's at least 11, 12 hours of your best instruction. If you want to learn this very easy opening with the highest level of brilliancy, all you have to do is purchase that and you're there. That's all you have to do. You'll be like a Grandmaster, you know, in like 13 hours, I reckon. Probably. No guarantee, but, you know, you might be. And Queen F3 is a nice move in these positions because you can whip your king over here and you can support your pawns coming up. Castles is all right. I mean, and now, yeah, this just looks too tempting, doesn't it? And Margarita doesn't really want a castle here because then I will destroy the position by bishop takes here. So this looks right. And now I've got to find a way to break through. And I was thinking queen g4, but I think maybe even h4 was a good move here. The computer actually likes this move, but it didn't like my next move. My knight goes to a bad square, and I can see the point of the computer's play. My knight's doing nothing on e2. It's actually going to be better on c4. So it's saying knight b1, and this is much better, because then if the same thing happens, I can try to come in here. And this is one of the sort of best ways to improve at chess. You know, think about your knights. Knights are tricky little buggers, and give them the potential to hop, you know, like badass punks and get to good squares. Knight e2, it ain't hopping very far. And now, okay, position again seemed quite tempting. And look, this is actually the best move. Just call me Towel. And it's just too tempting, isn't it? And I can't believe how quickly my opponent played here. It's like she was banging out the moves, like boom. She clearly thought I was a complete and utter patzer. She may be right, but you still should slow down. And Did I have a better move here? Well, actually, bishop e4 was my first thought. Just keep these pawns there. And also, you're threatening to trap the knight with a3 and d6. This would have been a nice, sly little slider. d6 is tempting. And, wow, knight takes d3. I did not see that move. That is a beautiful counter-sacrifice. I take the queen and my opponent takes the bishop. And we have 3 pieces versus my queen. That would have been one hell of a position. And maybe bishop e4 again was better. Just control at that point, I feel. And it's very possible. That would have been the way to do it. So, interesting game. And let's have a little bit more. A little bit of a more look at it, I suppose, because it was very interesting. And now this one, and e6 here. Wow, what a move! E6 here. Jesus, what a move that would have been. Look at that position. That is wild. Okay, but I mean, I'm not that good. And now in this position, I think we played pretty well. This is like, you know, we've sacked a piece, so we've got to play aggressively. And this is busting through the middle of the board. And my opponent now, I didn't think she would take the bishop because I think I'm probably winning after this. I thought she'd keep her queen. Queen h7. And I wasn't sure what I'm going to do because there is a mate threat here. So this was, the computer indicates that I am winning. But I didn't see the move at the time. I would have to have found this d7 move now. Look at this move. What a move. Here, here. And now bishop takes, and the rooks are coming in. Look at that. That's a beautiful exploitation of your opponent's king, isn't it? Very nice line, that one. And clearly I'm doing quite well here in this position because even though I'm pieced down, they're coming in. So, it's, yeah, a very, very interesting game anyway. And they're always more interesting when you win as well, right? Ah, look, my mate is winning at the moment, Title Tuesday. Ruland, who has done another course on the Leningrad Dutch for GingerGM. Well, me and Ruland presented this very big course on how to play the Leningrad Dutch. So again, if you want to support Ruland, if you want to check that out, go to gingergm.com and have a look. It's always money back guarantee. Hikaru's up there. Magnus Carlsen, okay, is on 3, and we've got to try and get a roll together. So we've got white again. I mean, I'm tempted to play e4, but let's stick with this one. It worked quite well. We've got Grandmaster from Poland, and again a name I'm not going to really try to pronounce there. No disrespect to my opponent, but I don't want to butcher his name. And we're going to play Jabava London again. And we're going to do it against his old Indian setup. Now he can play g6, he can play knight here. He's keeping it flexible. So we're going to try to steamroll in the middle. We're gonna again play, and he's going to try to grab a pawn. And you know my philosophy about pawns. I don't like them. I really don't like pawns. You can have them. Pawns go away. And now I feel, do we develop? Okay, let's get one more piece in. And I'm going to try to bust through. Because what have I got in compensation for the pawn? Well, the eternal question. It's going to come in. Okay, well, I've got great development. So I'm going to try to open it up. Clearly, I've got good development here. And look at this. I'm going to castle. So basically, it's just great development here. And I could also take here or go rook b3. But then he takes this one. Okay, but we don't care. We'll give him another pawn if he wants. His queen is nearly trapped. And I'm going to castle next move. And I've got everything developed. And I'm very happy about my position. We don't want to allow any check here. So we're just going to castle. And now we're fully functioning. Taking here's a threat. If he takes me, my knight comes in. His queen looks a little bit loose. Queen c3, rook a1. Ideas are hanging in the air. And his king is not castled. So for two measly little pawns, who cares about pawns, eh? bigger fish to fry, like kings. I don't know if this is sound, but it looks very, very tempting. Now, queen here, rook here, queen here. So I'm just going to keep it simple and take this pawn. Queen here, very, very tempting because we've got 2 threats, rook a1 and here, but I can't see a good follow-up after queen there. I could have gone rook b4, winning on the spot. That would have won on the spot. But this is still incredibly strong. Queen c3, queen here. Not rook a1, queen c4, but queen here, here. I've got to stop his queen coming here. Rook b4, overloading the queen. But this is still very, very strong. That would have been cleaner. So he's now seen my threat. Now I can go here. But, you know, it's annoying when you mess up a chance like that, right? It's annoying. Don't let it play too much, though, on your mind. Okay, there must be many ways to win this position. Okay, I'm going to go here with the same idea. But if he goes queen c4, I'm going to come over here. But, okay, you can't... Yeah, I've got to just concentrate on the current position. Now, rook b4, main idea. Can he come... Okay, so now I'm going to come here. Obviously, we do not exchange queens. Feels like there might be some possibility with this. But rook c3, knight e5 is the main options. Now, the queen coming in feels totally correct to me. And I don't know what my next move is, though. Rook b7. Fuck me, that's beautiful. That is like explode on the screen. Explosions. And is this a move? Takes, then rook b7. Then rook d8 maybe holds his position. Now rook e1. My idea, rook b7 takes, check, here. I get double queen. He comes out here. I mean, 2 queens is 2 queens, isn't it? So, we're not even a piece down. I'd love to have my rook on e1 because then it opens up these possibilities. But, man, you know, there's also rook. Okay, so do we get very cheeky and put the rook here first, aiming for more? I'm going to do it. Maybe I shouldn't. But my point is now this is even bigger because rook e6 is just mate. And this move... Oh, but now his queen can come back. Did I miss my opportunity? Then rook b6. I mean, rook b7 was a winning move there, but I'm going for more. Now this should be winning, right? But bit annoyed I didn't play that out again. Okay, but this one, then d7 check, then d7, and then rook b7, and he has to give his queen. This is, and then his rook. Okay, I mean he can play this, of course. And make sure I give my king a square. I just don't want to throw this position away, so hence why I'm just thinking. It's quite a good idea, thinking generally. Okay, and of course my position, I'm just a queen up here, but it'd be very embarrassing to get this far into the game and not be able to convert. So that was sweet, man. That was sweet. The Tau vibes are kind of rolling at the moment. You gotta roll, roll, roll. You gotta feel my towel. All right. My favorite song's that one. Okay, game review is gonna say again that I'm an idiot. Come on, game review. Look at that. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Whoa, laka, shaka, 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 blah, 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 blah. Look at that. That is some classy shit. Look at that. Who is a sexy attacker? I mean, my opponent played horrendous opening. And it really wasn't. But I think, look at that. I mean, you know, that's pretty damn good, right? So it starts to get interesting around here. And let's go and have a look at the highlights. Because there were some highlights there. And for one pawn, clearly I've got some very juicy compensation here, right? As we've discussed. And this opens his position up. Now, this one I think is a mistake because I develop another piece with check. And, well, rook b3 is okay, but this... I didn't think I played rook b3 there. And I mean, my moves are very natural because obviously I don't really want to allow this to happen. So all these come very quickly. But in actual fact, this is where I did make my first little faux pas. Taking here, as you can see, is still winning. But as I only worked out a couple of milliseconds afterwards, queen c3 is just completely game over. Because rook a1. At the time, I thought he could play this. And I only looked at my rook coming this way. But in actual fact, the rook can come this way. And he has to give up his queen like he did in the game. But e takes d6 is probably just winning. Because he can't... Look at these guys. His queen is so greedy. He's moving his queen around like it's, you know... I don't know. Thinks it rules the bloody world. It doesn't. Queens don't rule the world. And this was the best move, and now we did play the best move. And after queen here, well, we got to keep the queens on, right? And this looked like a very attractive way into the situation. He's trying to stop my knight coming in, but in we go. And now I got a little bit cheeky. Ah, look at this. My initial reaction was right. Because my point is, rook here, I didn't just want to get a queen. Rook b7 was what I was thinking, as you know from my commentary. Queen f7 is one way. I'm going to checkmate him here. d7 is another way. And the point of this is he loses control over here. And when he does take this, put that in your pipe and smoke it. And this gets really sexy because we queen with check. But I couldn't work out what was happening here. But of course there's going to be a mate with knight h4. His king is going to have to wander. And this... Oh, look at this. If I'd have done this... Oh, my God. This would have been... This. Oh, look at this next move. Oh. I'm kind of wetting myself in anticipation. Oh, my God. Sometimes chess is just so beautiful. Queen e5. Who needs two queens? One queen is enough. And... we get access to this one. And, oh, yes. Look at that. That is sweet. Sweet. So, I could have played that, but the point is rook e1. What am I trying to do? Well, I'm trying to play rook b7. But if he takes there, I'm just going to go rook takes e6, leading to mate. So, let's say he plays h6. We can go rook b7. And this is what I'd probably do. These threats are massive. And if he takes here, now I don't even go d7, which is winning. This one is checkmate. So that's what my thinking was. And after this, well, rook here I saw, and now I suddenly realised he's got bishop d7, and maybe it is, maybe that is winning, but I couldn't see it. I mean, it clearly is winning because I'm not even material down here. This is clearly winning. Because a rook takes here again. And then look at this, a lovely line, rook b7. Look at that. That is one hell of a position, right? That is one hell of a position to get. What a beautiful line. Beautiful chess. But this seemed simple and good. And sometimes, if you can't calculate very well like me, you just go with the flow, you know. Then you keep with the simple stuff. And these tactics of putting a rook here, a pawn here, have always been flowing. And now, well, clearly he's lost here because he has to give up his queen. And as long as I don't flaff this up, which I have done before, you know, if I was playing Hikaru here, Hikaru would still be look, Hikaru would still beat me here like 9 times out of 10 probably. But, you know, my opponent was short of time as well. 4 seconds. And obviously, after the way things happened, I can try to win this pawn. And, you know, it's actually pretty simple here. I mean, you know, I'm a queen up. You know, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I am generally quite a shit muppet of a player, but I'm not always completely shit. And sometimes shit rises to the top of the buff. Have you tried that before? I wouldn't know that. Apparently it does, depending on the consistency of your water. If you've got very sulfur-like water in Iceland, apparently it's a common thing. They're hot springs. They don't call them hot brown springs for nothing. They don't actually call them hot brown springs at all. Let's move on, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes the brain goes a bit funny. And, let's have a look at the scores on the doors. We're on 3 out of 4, which is pretty good. We'll take it. We'll take that. And Hans is up there. Who do we want to see? Hans versus Magnus. I'd like to see that pairing. Because, I don't know, I mean, like, we know that Magnus just resigned when they played before, but obviously they had to agree on something to let Hans play again after he got caught cheating online. Everyone deserves another chance, don't they? And Hikaru's dropped a draw. Okay, there you go. Knowing Magnus, he'll only be happy if he gets like 11 out of 11. He's got the likes of Ali Razor, Benjamin Bott, very strong player. Dan Lazarick, commentated on many of his games. He's tasty. And Neil Saren's just a legend already at a young age. So this guy's won it as well. He's been the world problem solving champion on a number of occasions. PO run, and he's a very good player. It just shows you how strong the field is. 626 players playing. We're going to try to get a good score today. And okay, we've got Ruland, my mate up there. Oh, Gotham. Gotham seems he's very strong. Gotham. I don't know why he would be a GM. No matter what anyone says, if he just concentrated on chess, Gotham would be a GM. You know, maybe. And then, we've got likes of Grishchuk on our score group. Kramnik, give me Kramnik. Give me Kramnik, please. The thing is, you play Kramnik, you don't, like I said, you don't really want to beat him because it's like cheat. He's only not going to accuse you of cheating if you lose to him. So it's kind of like lose-lose, right? And there's loads of people on this score group, 3 out of 4. They're running their checks after 4 rounds, seeing if there's any cheaters around. And I still can't see my name on this group. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. God, how far do we have to scroll down? Come on. Gee, I mean, how many people are on 3 out of 4? A lot of people. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. Come on. Oh, there we are. At last. Jeez, lots of people. So strong this tournament, isn't it? But it's a lot of fun. Anyway, I really enjoyed those last 2 games. I mean, it's nice. Chess is just sometimes quite enjoyable. 90% of the time, it's like pure agony and just fucking horrible. Because, you know, it's... No, that's a lie. I mean, I love it. I love the thought process and the hard thinking. It is great. But, you know, losing a horrible game is extremely painful. But sometimes when you get, you know, just an exciting game, and when some interesting tactics, some interesting moments arise, it can be really, it can just be really fun, which those last 2 games have been. So were they both with the Jabava London? What was this opening? No, this was some other weird stuff, kind of Jabava Londonish. And we're now getting ready for the next round. It should be starting soon. I mean, they can't hold it off much longer, can they? So I think we just chill out, open another drink. got my CBD tea here. Yeah, quite strong, not strong enough. And I'm going to follow that up with my main course of a CBD drink. Ta-da! Okay, right, we're playing Kenta. And apologies, I don't know who Kenta is. Again, sorry, Olivia Kenta. Okay, and we're off. So let's just try to have a good game. So we're gonna wheel out our favourite opening, of course, the Dutch. Oh, you know, why not put the pawn on e5? d4 is always a good way to play against this, I feel. And my normal idea is to try to checkmate on h2 here. So we're going to whip the queen around here, go f4, get the bishop in, and go for it. Now, if he allows me to play this move, which maybe I'll play anyway because I just don't care, and get my bishop to g4, it puts him in a little bit of a bind, right? Because my knight is coming in. It's a pawn sacrifice. Maybe it's just crap. Maybe I should have gone f4 earlier. I don't know, but we've done it now, so too late. And the general idea is just that this pin is very frustrating, right? So he gives up the pawn to get out the pin, and the concept of this is to probably whack a knight to g5 at the end of some complications here. But okay, so now he's gone this way. So this gives me the extra option of putting the bishop here, which I quite like, because surely that forces... I don't want... I've got to play this because I don't want to swap queens. This is pretty much forced. And now, is he actually threatening to do this? Because my knight comes in. I mean, can we go d5? I mean, that is the kind of move only a fucking nutter would play. He takes and we come here. I mean, come on. It's probably... I mean, I could just drop the bishop back and have a nice position, but... computer says do it. The computer says... Oh, no. I mean, okay, I can't do it because he takes there, right? Check d4. Very tempting. And if he takes, bishop h3 is the issue, correct? I really want to play this move. Takes, everything's hanging. I think I've got to play something normal here. Oh, why? I mean, I don't know. I'm already regretting. Okay, now he's really asking me to sacrifice something. I mean, how many times do you have to ask me? I mean, you can't ask me anymore, can you? Okay, I'm going to do it now. I don't care. We're sacrificing. I don't even know which one I'm taking with. This one? Knight or bishop? Knight takes here. I think bishop takes bishop h3 takes here. I mean, it's this whole plan just shite. It looks like this should be something here. I think we have to go knight, right? But then he's got bishop here check. It's a fucking annoying check, that one. Oh, he's probably shite. Why do I do this? Why do I do it to myself? Takes, bishop here check. It's horrible for me as well. I mean, it's stupid. I get carried away, and I just kind of can't see what I can do here. I just missed this bishop d5. Otherwise, there's probably some compensation. Bishop d5, king here takes check. I mean, I'm just gonna have to go here, but this is just losing because he comes in here with a check. Okay, disappointing game this, because I had a nice opening here, and I've just like not played it well. I'm disappointed with the way I played this one. Okay. Well, missed some good chances, and this is obviously just losing, but we'll play it out because bishop e4 is probably the most the easiest way to do it, and this way is probably just good as well. Must be good, right? Queen comes in here. I think resigning soon is normal. It's disappointing. This was a good chance to get to a good score, but I played badly. Played badly in this game. I didn't. Let's just. Should we resign or should we fight on for a little bit? We'll fight on for a little bit, but God knows why I'm fighting on here. Just thinking what I should. I'm just thinking out what I should have played differently. Maybe many ideas, and I mean, bishop here. He wants to play. I mean, there's not many good things to be said about my position, is there? At this point in time. Many ways to win. I think you could take on h6, but oh shit, I've just mouse slipped. Actually, the last position is not so clear, is it? I mean, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually equal here. I just mouse slipped. Can you believe it? I was actually going to take here, but I mouse slipped. So even at the end here, I'm actually doing all right. And I thought his plan was to come here, but then I can take on h6. I think he missed this move. And this is actually really not very clear at all. Maybe I'd even rather be black here. This is annoying. So you know, even at the end, I could have played on, but the key thing is earlier on, my position looked very tempting, but how do I play this? Okay, this was the key position. I spent far too much time on d5. Now the computer thinks he can take here because after check he then has d4. That's the simplest way to win. So my concept was this check, and then knight takes g4, but he's actually got this amazing move. And if I take here, threatening checkmate, this is always the problem. So I spent far too much time on this imaginative idea. So this is still alright. Now after f5, I should now play d5. It's still an idea. Why didn't I play it? I thought that the sacrifice here would be good, but I didn't take into consideration how strong his knight is always coming into f7. So the way, well, I think this is the move to keep the game boiling with ideas of this check in the air. And I think after I take here, it's actually just, there's nothing here because I suddenly realized I want to sacrifice here. So my original idea is to do something along these lines, but this is a killer check. He might even have other ways to win, but this check is so strong. Bang. This is the move I missed. And the concept he's going to play is this one. And after this, he's got knight e5 minimum, taking that knight. So just one bad move. The funny thing is though, had I just played normal chess, obviously I'm losing. In the final position, I mouse slipped. Really annoying. It's the best position I've got all game. I could have, if had I not mouse slipped, just got this move in. And funnily enough, I think he's actually I think he could easily be worse in these kind of positions. He can't really do this because the rook takes here. I'm better, pawn up. So yeah, it's surprising, even right at the end, and the moves are quite easy to play. So okay, so we dropped another point there. So we're on 3 out of 5. So this is what we did last time, isn't it? And then we won the next 3. So let's see if we can get a roll going again. You know, win the next 3 games. Tournament scores. 5 out of 5. You have Nihao, Jospem, Dmitry Kolarz, very good blitz player. Lazarik, Faruja, Hans has dropped a draw. Magnus dropped a draw. I wonder who Magnus dropped a draw to. So all the big names up there floating around at the top of the bath. And we'll just wait for the next round. Yeah, so when you lose a game like that, you kind of just want to like get in and play another game, because it was interesting, wasn't it? Though, but can I have done that? Okay, and just look. I'm going to look at the opening again because I'm also. You should always constantly think. Okay, we're playing our man Aman Hamilton. Okay, Aman, great player. Let's play positional for a change. We never play positional. So we're going to play c4 and give it a little English opening tickle. As we're English, can you play the Canadian defence? I don't even know what the Canadian defence is. Anyone know? And we're going to play... Let's play positional chess. Why am I playing positional chess? I don't know. I mean, I've had so much good results with crazy hacking chess. The English opening generally leads to positional chess. Maybe it's because Aman scares me, because he's a bloody good player, Aman. Very underrated. And we're now going to try to get a Maroczy bind set up with these two moves, because that gives us some aggressive intentions at least. If I can get d4 in, get a knight to d4, play along those lines. So we're going to do this. Or do we play this first and do it a little bit differently? That's quite... Okay, no. Let's play this one. This is a weird way of doing it. Where I'm going to play it a little bit slower. Where I'm just going to try and bring my bishop back. And then play d4. Don't know why I'm playing like this. Seems a bit nonsensical, really. Why don't I just play d4? I'm sure, again, Towel played this idea once. But I could have just made that up as well. I mean... Okay, so we are going to play d4 here, right? And he wants to... Aman really... Or are we not? He really wants us to play that move, doesn't he? He's waiting for us to play d4. And he wants to... Okay, let's play it. Let's give him some... And if ring comes off, he's got bishop c5. Okay, let's do it. It looks like the most interesting move to play. And we want an interesting game. So let's open it up. I never like playing into my opponent's hands... I know he wants something like this. Okay, so let's control the center. And h5 is very normal, trying to come here and do funky stuff over here. This is also very normal. Did I miss this move? Shit. Did miss this move. He's just going to take here. This is annoying. And also come here. So like b3, knight g4. Fuck. That's very annoying. Bishop here. Something a bit smelly about this now. Only move I can see is bishop there. And now what about a takes and a, okay, a little check over here at some point. Let's give him a little check. Okay, getting quite interesting now because is there some sacrifices? Maybe not quite. Rook c1. Knight here. Takes. Does my knight have a good square? Okay, I'll go rook c1 because I'm running out of time. I'm thinking of this one maybe. Takes. No, I don't know. Takes. Check g6. Okay, I want to get my queen somewhere a bit more funky. So let's flick it over here. And now I'm threatening to take on e6. And I want to go queen here and take on e6 again. And if he takes here, I mean, can he take that pawn? It seems like he shouldn't bloody be able to, but I can't see why. It's one of those moves you're like, fuck, can he take that pawn? Maybe I just go rook d1. So I can't see what I do. Queen takes here. Queen takes here. Should be something good there, though. Yeah, I actually rook d1 because we're lining up there. We could also flick this one and bishop takes e5, pawn takes, then some knight jump. No, because then this is on pre. Queen takes here, knight d5. Queen takes a4. Knight takes e6. Fuck me, that looks so attractive. I'm going to play that. If he takes here, I'm going to go here. But then if he goes here, so he's come back, try and defend. Takes, and then take on e6. Got to be the way to roll, man. And then we take here, and we come in here. That's the way we're going to rock and roll. That's the way and that's for you, Lee, if you're watching. My AC/DC friend. And we're just trying to, like, kill. Well, he's got to take the bishop, right? I mean, I don't see what else he can play here. And obviously we're taking here. And obviously we're coming in here. And now obviously we're putting something on D1, right? Here. Okay, let's there's no point getting flash. None. Take here, castle, knight D5, bishop takes D5. Let's just flick it in. Rook takes. Take my rook's on pre. Fuck. Unbelievable defense from Oman. I must have been winning this. How have I let him escape? Okay, shit. He defends so well, this guy. Oh my god, I think I've flapped this up, haven't I, boys? I don't know. Oh, it's a mouse slip. Oh, no, man. Oh, I played so well. Oh, man. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, it's so painful. Man. Oh, what oh, man, that's just so painful. It's just like, fuck. It's just like, you know, it's just, that move has just got me written all over it. I mean, obviously, I meant to put the queen on d5, yeah? I mean, clearly, queen d5 is what I'm doing. As the computer says, plus 6.5. And even with 4 seconds left, I'm winning this all day long because I'm going there and I'm taking the rook and I'm going here and he resigns. Oh, man. It's like literally there's some part of my brain which just wants to punish me and cause me pain and agony. It's time to get another one of these bad boys on the go. Oh, Jesus. Give me more CBD. That was a nice game as well. Fun game anyway. Yeah. Alright, fun game anyway, but yeah. I mean, let's have a look. That was a fun game, and like, I mean, just this horrible mouse slip, man. Queen d5 was obviously the way to play there, and I mean, I was completely winning with some nice little tactics, nice attacking, and then I let him back in. I felt he played very well, and then like, yeah, completely winning again, and it was a fun game, right? So let's have a look at the computer. As you see, he's very nice, Aman, always a gentleman. I mean, this is the roller coaster, right? Look at it. Hey, off we go. And then, oh yeah, Simon's back playing again. Hey, we're off again. And then it's like, mouse slip, motherfucker. Man, Jesus, that was okay. Let's have a look, because that is, I mean, one thing for sure today. I mean, it's really annoying because Had I won that game, I'm back in the tournament, can get a good score, I'm doing all right. And after losing that game, it's like, okay, you know, what am I on 50% now somehow? Like, which feels a bit shit. And it's like, okay, fuck, basically. Well, we're trying to win. We're trying to, you know, trying to just get a couple of wins back on the board. But let's have a look at some interesting moments. Mouse slipping ain't fun, man. And I mean, this position seemed alright. I forgot about 95 though. This was very annoying because suddenly this knight is threatening some nasty ideas. So this was a good move. And here, bishop a4 check is a good move. It's one of the advantages of having this sneaky bishop. Because let's think, I am castled. He ain't castled, you know. And he has to defend with this piece coming back. And my next move's the top computer choice. Just put pieces on good squares. Why not? And now another top computer choice. I generally play these positions quite well, where you just have to attack. Big threat of here. And knight takes e6 is really hard to stop now. Because even with the queen coming in here, this tactical motif, just trying to kill, destroy, obliterate. And I was looking at some really fun lines now. I'm not going to put the computer on because I'll just show you what my thought process was. Okay, so this was one line which I just assumed he could not play. Now, the computer, I'll show you very quickly. The computer indicates that this move is winning, which would be probably the move I played. But then I saw an amazing variation, and I just want to share a bit of artistical notion with you here. Just heard a noise. What was that? Who knows? And the artistical idea I wanted to play was this one. Again, I'll take the computer off because... and the point of this concept is, first of all, it looks like, okay, I attack the queen, right? He can't go queen takes rook because it's defended. But he's got two pieces. Oh, and look, he's got... Oh, okay, I mean... I'll have to come back to that one, unfortunately, another time, because we're in with another game. And we are playing against Arnash from... Is that Kazakhstan? Kazakhstan. Okay, let's concentrate on this game. And if we win, we'll come back to this very exciting idea I had in that game. My exciting idea was queen takes a4, if you can remember that position. Knight takes e6. That would have been a lot of fun. But okay, let's try to keep the fun times rolling and get a couple of wins on the board. That mouse slip at the end, that is... I'm still a bit feel a bit dirty from that. Not dirty in a good way, like I won because my opponent mouse slipped, but dirty as in, yeah, fuck. Right, okay, now I've had this before, but with the rook on e1, and I had this last week where my opponent sacrificed with e4, and I'm going to now probably try to get a French defense where I've got rid of my opponent's most dangerous piece, her bishop. And if here, am I right about this? Well, that should simplify. I mean, we're going to have to play an equal position because if we get this structure, I'll obviously break the pin. The d3 pawn's a bit moist. So we're just playing normal developing moves. We can't always play like a cowboy. I'm a cowboy. I'm ready to roll. Down, down, down. And my opponent now wisely breaks. So I think here I will... do I want to allow the knight come in there? No, I will allow that because it's a typical Sicilian. My opponent's got knight takes now. We got Diesel at the window, but Diesel's been very naughty. Hello, Diesel. You ain't coming in today, mate. Diesel is the Afghan cat who thinks I'm Taliban. You can hear Diesel screaming at the window, basically. And can you hear Diesel? Shh. You might, but Diesel was bullying Charlie earlier, which was very naughty. And Charlie's like an old man, so we're gonna. Diesel's all right outside. He's gonna have to wait outside for now. By the way, I'm not on a ground floor, so Diesel's got to climb up, like, you know, to a couple of levels to get through the window. But there's a sloping roof, so he's all right. He's all right. He's all right. Diesel's a cat, by the way, if you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. He's not like my imaginary friend. Okay, I quite like my position because I've got this bishop b5 at some moment, which I could actually play now. Diesel was staring through staring through the window now, trying to get in to say hello. But bishop here, knight here. It's a useful pin, isn't it? Rook here, pawn here. But I'm just gonna play against this one, and I like this bishop. I didn't really see what was happening after here, knight to c4. Might be in a good way to play that, but rooks are also nice pieces, and I think d4 is dropping, right? And we might get some position where we're playing my bishop versus the knight. Probably I prefer my bishop in these kind of endings because it's nice and solid, but my opponent's knight can also be quite good when it reaches the d6 square. So like knight takes here and knight into d6, or maybe, yeah, so it's, I don't know, maybe roughly even. Now, do we keep the queens on? It feels kind of natural to swap the queens off. Do I even try to... No, I don't... This knight coming in. Diesel. You can hear Diesel's like very loud, but you can't come in. Because that will stop Title Tuesday. Okay, we'll play the ending. I've had too much excitement for one day. We're gonna play an ending and try to keep things dull for a little bit. Just to rest my heart. But as you can see, this is a good square for the knight. I mean, I like my bishop. My bishop's very solid. I should be better here. This bishop has nice potential. Poor old Deezy. He's starting to make me feel guilty now. I'm thinking like, okay, he was very naughty earlier. And you can't really shout at cats because they don't really understand. You know, you'd probably be cursed by the Egyptian gods if you shout at a cat, right? So you should never shout at a cat like, naughty boy. You should, you know, but... Charlie's asleep. Diesel comes in. He's gonna hassle him. Okay, well, what's happening in chess? So the knight comes in here. Okay, so my opponent's gone back. I find that a bit surprising because my bishop basically controls that knight, and my opponent's going for mass exchanges, which maybe is a good philosophy. But I feel in these endings that the bishop should be better than a knight. Why is the bishop better than a knight? It was a famous Fischer ending. I can't remember who it was against. I split my pawns, but I don't think that's so important. There was a famous Fischer ending. Now, do I even go this way? I don't think so. That pawn could become a weakness. I think we should play this true ending. And there's because my opponent has pawns on both sides of the board. I have pawns on both sides of the board. But what piece works well on both sides? It's the bishop. So that is the general consensus why the bishop is quite often a better piece, because I can work on both sides. If all the pawns are on one side, let's say all these pawns were gone, well then very, very likely the knight is a better piece. But saying that, how do I move? This one could be coming. Do we play here? Very risky move, that one. And then try to get around. Okay, maybe I have to play this. Fixing. Giving my opponent the question where to put the king. And now I need to get my bishop in somehow. Okay, so this is my idea, to try and get around to the base of the pawns, and this seems to work quite well. And the pawns are now dropping for my opponent. Okay, good defensive try. Diesel, you're not coming in, mate. You're putting me off my play. Yeah, I know, Diesel. Oh, Diesel. And I can see myself blundering, and I'm gonna... Yeah, it's actually not easy, because this is a lovely square for the knight, right? Do I reroute the king this way? But then this pawn drops, right? Very strange. Okay. Oh, shit. I don't... Oh, God, my time. Check, yeah. Oh, fuck, my bishop. This is messy as hell, right? Not really what I wanted when I thought I was controlling the scenario. Especially with the time. Do I check? Do I push? Do I check? Do I push? Move. Check. Here. Oh, I wish I could calculate. Oh, my... That was a bad move, Simon. Mouse slippy again. blame it on the mouse. And now I'm just lost, aren't I? Shit. It's a bit messy still, isn't it? Well played to my opponent. I think this is just lost. Diesel! It's not your... Ah, okay, I'm going to resign. I'm going to let the cat in. Look at this cat. Look. What can you do when you've got a cat like that screaming? Well played to my opponent. I shouldn't have fluffed that up so badly, but I did. Oh no, another torturous title. It's not. It's going to be TTT this tournament. It's going to be. It's not Title Tuesday. And look, even the focus has gone. This tournament is now coined Torturous Titled Tuesday. It's not Title Tuesday. It's just torture. It's just torture every bloody time. And unbelievable. Well. I mean, don't worry about my face. Who cares? But I thought everything was going so smoothly there. But my opponent found a very nice concept here, and the nice concept. Let me just leave the tournament because that is enough chess for moi. As you can understand. Thank you for watching, by the way. I'm just going to have a little look at this last game. We've done enough today. We've done enough damage to ourselves. Ups, downs, arounds, and everything in between, as always. But yeah, my opponent found this very nice idea. I thought I was just winning here after this one, but suddenly I just realised it's not that simple. And then if we go a little bit further, what's happening here? Well, I played a horrible move now, but this is very nice play from my opponent. She found all the right moves. And this, yeah, I think F3 is the way to keep it going. But okay, Diesel's going mental, boys and girls. I have to say goodbye with my blurred face. Maybe an improvement anyway. I'll have to go and do some cat duties. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Give a like, give a subscribe. It was torturous. There was some highs, there was some lows, but you know, we had some interesting games at least. And until next time, cheers.